The biggest liquidation event in crypto just happened. 2.3 billion wiped out of the market basically overnight. And a lot of traders you've seen on X and YouTube, they got liquidated too. A lot of people lost a whole lot of money. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what's next for the market because the underlying fundamentals have rapidly changed. So the recap is that Trump is imposing tariffs on Mexico and Canada and China, and Canada and Mexico are retaliating. So we're basically in a trade war right now, and everybody just dumped their crypto. And the stock market did not dump as hard, but with tariffs, and I read a few articles, so I am an expert now just because I've read 2 or 3 articles. From what I understand is the initial reaction to tariffs are very extreme with risk assets, but the effect does not last very long. And last night we just had absolute carnage. This was a bigger crash in market cap than the COVID crash and the Terra Luna crash. And of course, crypto was much smaller back then, so the percentage impact was actually much bigger, and it probably felt worse for a lot of people than yesterday's. But yesterday's was pretty bad as far as just like a sheer volume and market cap. Ethereum wicked all the way down to 2.2 thousand. I mean, imagine if you're an ETH holder, you held for 2 years, underperformed, and then last night it wicks down to 2,200. Absolutely brutal market to be dealing with. And if you guys watched my last video, Alt Season is Dead, which is my highest viewed video right now, so I'll link it if you guys want to watch it. It has the most comments. What I noticed in those comments and what was freaking me out about the market over the last several weeks since December is the absolute denial and complacency about where we were at in the market cycle. Everybody was saying, no, the top's not in, or it's just starting, or we're halfway through the bull cycle. And if you just looked at the fundamentals, you knew we were at a point where we were closer to the end than the beginning. Now, I started getting bearish in early January because we started rallying and it sold off. And I was just thinking, this is not bull market price action. But then, Trump started saying all this positive stuff, and he launched the Memecoin, and I got sucked back in, and I was thinking, there's no way this market doesn't go higher with Trump doing all these pro-crypto laws. So I got sucked back in, but at a few points in this cycle towards the end, in December, I was completely in stable coins, but I FOMO'd because I saw people making money on meme coins again. I made money on meme coins. I was like, this is a once in a generation opportunity. I got to take another chance here. And unfortunately, I allocated, and I was not unscathed from this situation. So I basically said, okay, let's consolidate my portfolio. I'm going to go into Hype. I'm going to go into Jupiter. And I'm going to buy a couple AI meme coins. And I also bought another asset called DeSo as well. And unfortunately, I got caught up, so I was not unscathed, right? My JUP position's underwater, my DeSo position's underwater. Hype seems to be strengthening. If you remember in the last video, I was talking about Hype and what coins to allocate towards. Hype was one of them. Hype is outperforming the market right now. It's bounced about 5%. So it's actually doing quite well given the circumstances right now. So I'll probably keep that one. So the challenge becomes, what do you do in this situation? Like, what's to come? So we had an initial bounce, kind of like a mean revert, and coins are somewhat doing a little bit better. And it's crazy to see that Bitcoin is actually doing really well in comparison to the rest of the market. It's only at 95,000 while alts are absolutely decimated. So what I'm trying to weigh here is I'm trying to understand, is this basically a bounce and we're going to chop around for a while, or was this kind of like a dead cat bounce and then we're going to nuke harder? And that's the challenge of this situation right now. And the other thing is Trump, like if Trump comes out and negotiates with Canada and Mexico and they figure out a deal, the market's going to rally like crazy. The other thing you kind of have to take into account here is that so many people got liquidated. A lot of the market participants, especially if they were in AI coins, are down 90%. If you're in big memes like Degen and all these other ones besides Fartcoin, you're down about 90%. So when a big liquidation event like this happens, it wipes out a lot of the market participants, and there's no real V-shaped recovery because it takes a while for people to get disposable income and re-enter the market again. It's not as easy. People at this stage of the cycle, we've gone 2 years into the cycle. A lot of people were down bad as it is, and then you have this liquidation event and it's really wiped people out. So because of that, there's less liquidity to slosh around to rally the market. So just like in my last video where I said you have to be extremely choosy, you have to be even more choosy in this situation. Because there's only a few coins that are going to rally. Of course, you're going to have some random meme coin pumps here and there, but you see coins like Hype are rallying. Okay, there's a select few. Fartcoin, lots of strength in that coin as well. And what this liquidation event did is it wiped out not only liquidity but attention. These people don't have the money to pay attention to these coins anymore. So, and then you have Bitcoin as well. So the strategy here is, if you did not lose all your money, that is, if you did not lose all your money, to basically, you need to be patient and take your time and start thinking about what coins you want to allocate to. And you have to pick and choose. And I'm not trying to shill Hype over and over again. I'm just trying to give you guys an example of what's doing well. But really the only thing safe right now as far as like accumulating are like Bitcoin and coins like Hype. Now, there's other opportunities in this market, and now we have to figure out what they are and try to find them. Remember what happened with Solana? It went down to $8. Are there any L1s or coins out there that could pull a Solana where it's 10, 20x, where you just feel comfortable just going full go into the coin and having it 10x? I have no clue if that is a reality or not. I'm sorting through the wreckage to figure out where to put my money outside of what I already have allocated. Now, I really like Jupiter Exchange because it's revenue generating. They're buying and burning. I allocated to it because I think it could outperform Sol. Remember, it's like basically when you buy coins like that, like Jupiter or memes or something, you think it's going to outperform the underlying asset for at least the near term. And that's why you're allocating to it. And that's why people would allocate to memes, because they wanted memes to pump. They get more Solana, and then they DCA into more Solana and stack Solana, and then meanwhile the meme dies. So basically what you have to start doing is looking for coins like that. And I think there's possibly opportunities in these AI coins right now that are down 80-90% from their highs. I don't know if it's Griffin, I don't know if it's ASIM, I don't know what it is, but look for the coins with strength and stop listening to these influencers on X. There's been multiple saying that the bull market's just starting, alt season is coming now. These are blatant lies, and I outlined it in my last video. You guys have to change your mindset. Things have changed. You can't take the old alt season is coming, allocate to altcoins, and then 10x. They haven't done that for 2 years. It's all in the data, okay? I see a lot of complacency and defiance in my comments of the last video. No, alt season's coming in February. You're going to see blah, 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 blah. Listen, guys, I'm just looking at data. I'm a trader, okay? I'm looking at data and I'm making adjustments on the fly, and you have to be doing this too. And if you were holding ETH, you just learned a big lesson, right? Just because something happened in the last cycle does not mean it's going to happen again in future cycles. Now, I said alt season was dead to basically, get your attention to show you that there's been multiple alt seasons in the meme coin trenches, okay? Alt season as we remember it is dead, but there's been multiple coins going to 100, 200, 300 million market cap in the trenches every week where you could have 5, 10, 20 extra money. Now, you need to change your mindset and start looking at it from this lens, especially now that a lot of the market participants have been liquidated and taken out of the market, okay? You cannot be complacent and rely on an alt season coming like it did in the past. You need to do some research and you got to start looking for some coins, and I'll help you as much as I can, but I can only guide you guys so much. You guys are going to have to make some decisions for yourself. So that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the support. That last video was my highest viewed ever. I appreciate all the comments, good or bad, and good luck out there and be safe.